Hello folks and welcome to Victoria 2. It's been a long time since I played this on my channel, and as you see by the title, we'll be playing as Brazil. You're probably wondering why. You know, it's actually quite an easy country and all, but since it's been a while, I think we should take a pretty easy country so people who haven't played this game before also can get a crash course in how to be pretty decent at it. So yeah, Brazil is the choice of the moment. For those of you who don't know anything about this game is a Paradox title, and one of the harder Paradox titles because it doesn't actually focus on warfare, it focuses on industry and economy, and it spans from 1836 to 1936. And basically, yeah, you just build your industry, you build an empire, and conquer the world through those means. We can see Brazil is the 14th power in the world. It's a secondary power with an imperial government. And 60% of people are farmer, 19% are slaves, and the rest are just artisans, laborers, or others. And the population, the total population at this point is 1.5 million. And it's only been, 22 years since Brazil gained independence from Portugal. A funny thing, actually, is that Brazil's monarch is also the heir to the throne in Portugal. It's not actually modeled or very well in Victoria 2, but basically the monarch of Brazil actually inherits the throne of Portugal and later abdicates and goes back to fight a civil war in Portugal. So that has some interesting history. And also, why am I playing Brazil? Because I'm actually half Brazilian, so of course I'm going to play Brazil. Paraguay offers us an alliance. Why would I want to ally Paraguay? God, I don't know. Should we? I mean, neutral, they're cordial in the Spanish sphere there. We do have cores on them, don't we? I think. Yeah, we do. So we actually might want to declare war on them and not ally them. Now, there are techs in Victoria 2, and since we are actually mostly an agrarian nation, we're actually going to go for steam engines because of the farming output boost that it's going to give us, and that will be really good. So basically, Brazil is the dominant power in South America. We are a secondary power. It seems like we're 15th now for some reason, even though I haven't even unpaused. But our goal is just going to be to survive, to expand, to industrialize, and then to colonize. And there's a bunch of steps we have to do to get there, but I think we have a good chance of succeeding. Here's something that people do wrong when they play Victoria 2. They think, you know what, we're not going to tax the rich because the rich are going to give us factories, and then they also go ahead and build factories early on. You're not supposed to do that because artisans are actually pretty good to begin with. And actually, wait, I'm thinking maybe we should raise taxes on the middle class as well. Basically, what we want to do is raise the middle class to become rich, and also get the artisans to become craftsmen later that can work in factories. But early on, artisans are actually the better option. You don't want to industrialize too early. That's just a waste of time. Also, Brazil has a slave population, and we definitely want to get rid of that by... Where is it? Oh, we do have wealth based elections here, but obviously we are a monarchy, so it's very limited. And where is slavery? Slavery is right here. It's allowed. So we want to stop that. Oh god. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Feels like I'm getting a little bit sick. Fatherland volunteers. Ooh, this I did not I do not remember this. Alright. Yeah, but then there's a bunch of stuff we can do as well. We do need to set foci, and I think we're gonna set them to immigration, because we want immigrants, and we also want more or better administration in some places. In Rio, of course, we're gonna get all the immigrants from Europe, all the poor immigrants from Europe to come over. The administrative efficiency is also something pretty important to raise, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to encourage bureaucrats here and there, and what else? I mean, the early game, this is the important stuff, right? Trade, yada yada yada. It's actually really annoying we can't raise tariffs too much, so we might want to change the political party that holds power at the moment. We've got the Conservative Party right now. They're free trade, interventionism, pluralism, limitedship, and jingoism, but I think we're actually going to go for the Liberals at the moment. Because then we can actually raise the tariffs. Tariffs early on don't actually hurt you that much. The United States of Central America offers us an alliance. We're going to decline that, and we are going to accept one from Argentina, though, because they're basically the only threat we have down in the south, or here in South America at the moment. Also, Bolivia could be a problem, but aside from that, obviously, the UK and France. However, I think we might want to go to war ASAP. Argentina won't accept our call to arms, but we're going to declare war on Paraguay since they don't have any allies. And then we need an army. Well, we do have an army. I think that might actually be enough. I don't think they can raise much. Yeah, they only have 2 brigades. We should have a pretty decisive victory here. And then we just occupy Asunción and destroy their remaining armies. You know, I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't actually focus on immigration at the moment in Rio. Maybe we just want a little bit more bureaucrats to increase the administration efficiency there as well. And then only later do we want to encourage immigration. Colombia offers us an alliance. By accepting it, we're promising to help each other in war. You know what? For now, I'm gonna accept. I don't really mind. Also, I can see where your troops are and how strong you are, so that, I guess, helps me out. There's actually quite a few map modes in Victoria 2, which I haven't ever looked at before. There's, like, nationality, sphere of influence is normally used. RGO output is, you know, pretty common too, but, ooh, migrations. Ah, here we can actually see. Province belongs to Brazil, immigrations to none. Immigrants from, and we can actually, like, see that most have arrived up here in the north. From Prague, we've got immigrants from other parts of Brazil, and we've got immigrants from Modena. And then we can actually click in European countries and see where people are going as well, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually going to try to be friendly with the British here. We're going to increase relations with Britain and maybe also the USA. The USA is very similar to us. Eventually we'll probably come into conflict with especially the US, but for now we'll try to be their friends. The United Kingdom requests military access. Of course, I'm going to give it to you. Bolivia, on the other hand, no. Also, Argentina and Bolivia are fighting a war. Paraguay is an ally of Argentina in the war, so we just gotta watch out for that. Acquire Paraguayan Mato Grosso. Proceed. And they will accept. Actually, I think they would have surrendered earlier there. And I just didn't notice, but let's march these people back. I think, yeah, let's have them in one big army. Something I find pretty odd is how Uruguay, or Brazil, doesn't have any cores over Uruguay, because Uruguay was actually part of Brazil during the Independence War, and then only later split off, so I don't actually know the technicalities of that, but I know that it was part of Brazil, and that maybe Brazil should get a core on that in the start of the game. Chile offers an alliance. I think that actually might be pretty good, because then we can attack Bolivia, etc. Actually, we do have a core state we can take from Bolivia, and they're at war right now. Chile would accept the call. Ooh, how many brigades do you have? 8. We're going to war. We're going to war again. Oh yes. All right. Declare war. Call allies. Acquire core. Proceed. Excellent. I'm gonna have to take a small loan of 1,500 pounds here, because we are bleeding money to build an army, but that's alright. We will gain in the long term, right? Venezuela offers an alliance. Sure. Let's do that. Beer hall opening. Let's pressure the local government to stop that, because we don't want to decrease our farming efficiency, especially in one of our richer provinces. Francisco Sabino, a military officer, launched a radical revolt in Bahia, calling for the end of slavery and the redistribution of land. Yeah, you know, if they actually rise up, I might let them... Wait, what? I lost the battle? Oh, God damn it, fuck. Alright, let's march to reinforce that. I was not paying attention. God damn it. That's not what I wanted. Go, retreat. Get the hell out of there. Good, thank you. You know what, let's mobilize. I think that will be required to survive. Ecuador offers an alliance. I was born in Ecuador, so yes, you are my ally. In fact, would you join? They will accept. Good, join, please. Liberty shines. In the workshops and mills of our country, the free Brazilian people make daily discoveries and advances. The advancement of science is intimately tied to the free exchange of ideas, and nowhere is the exchange freer than in Brazil. Our liberty makes us a powerhouse of technological progress. We can opt for some prestige or pure tech advancement. I think we're gonna go for the tech advancement. Actually, our literacy rate is horrid. So eventually, we actually want to raise that. I'm gonna move the guy from Sao Paulo. Yeah, we need better education. This is just terrible. War between Portugal and Oman. Now that is pretty interesting. I think our last playthrough was with Oman. It went pretty well. I did have to do some console commands though, so I'm not really proud of that one, but this is gonna be much easier, obviously, because we're not an uncivilized or a non-developed nation. Time to wipe these troops out of the face of the earth. Although we did... Oh, god damn it. Don't you run away. I need to destroy you. Military axis. Proceed. Yes, you're fighting Bolivia. I'm gonna let you walk your troops into my country. Bolivia wants peace. Sure. There we go. Looking much better. And now Bolivia doesn't have a coast anymore. Voila. Alright, we're the 10th power of the world. We just need to bump ourselves up to 8th here, and then we can start sphering people. Sphering people is very good and very nice, but for that we will probably need another war, and that war will probably have to be with Colombia. The problem is... What is the problem? They're pretty strong. In fact, who would join me? Chile would join, Ecuador would join, Venezuela would not join. Well, I think we're gonna pay off our loans first, and then we'll move in to take this. There we go. Farming or practical steam engine is now researched. We want... what do we want? We want Malthusian thought, actually. Or do we? Which one is the one I want? God damn. I always forget. I think they... No, they haven't changed anything. Education efficiency is important. Yeah, we're gonna go for Malthusian thought here. And immediately we can see a boost in our income. We went from around 30 to 60 pounds a day here. So that's exactly what I want, in fact. And soon we'll have no debt. Alright, our debt is paid, And we're gonna go to war with Colombia. They have no allies, and we'll just call everyone in. Rotherham Plow. The Rotherham Plow, or Yorkshire Plow, invented by Disney Staniford and Joseph Foljambe, was an improvement on the traditional plow. It was constructed of wood, like the standard plow, but the fittings and cutting blade were made from iron, and the moldboard and plowshare were covered in iron plates. It was lighter than the traditional plow and could be easily worked with a pair of horses. I'm not going to read all the things that show up, just the interesting things. Also, I'm a student of economic history, so this kind of stuff is actually, like, playing Victoria 2 is just an excuse for me not studying, because I'm like, yeah, no, but I am studying in a way. You know, this is totally relevant. Oh no, Colombia is sieging down my birthplace. That's not good, but it's fine. We'll come in, swoop in with our troops from the south, with Chile's help, and win the war. On the 28th of June 1938, Princess Alexandra Victoria of House Hanover ascended to the throne of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, hence Victoria II. Now, the United States of Central America is really keen on being my ally for some reason. Are they fighting something? There's rebellions here. Salvadoran nationalists. I'm gonna say no. Of course. Our independence is gradually being undercut and more becoming something that only exists on paper, as several foreign powers vie for control over our political institutions. Recently, tensions have erupted over the rights to conduct criminal investigations on Brazilian territory. The great powers will have to either assert themselves or lose influence. I hope they lose influence, because, actually, let's look at who is... The Americans are cordial, the Spanish are cordial, and the others are neutral. Malthusian thought is finished, and then we'll have to choose another research, but I think there might actually be a battle oncoming there. Now, what are we gonna go for next? Actually, yeah, there was the political thing. This thing, we need to have army decision making, and army decision making is invented by doing what? Army decision making. Alright, we have to go all the way here. Well, I guess that's not what we're gonna do right now. We might actually do mining output, farming output plus 10% freedom of trade. Activate luxury clothes. Oh, you know what? Let's go. How much is this in terms of research points? 10, and this one was 7. Yeah, we're gonna go for freedom of trade. All right, the battle has begun. Looks like we might actually be able to win this, because they were crossing a river. Excellent. Excellent. Can we actually force the peace now? Because I don't want to go on too long in this. Oh, 2%. It's because they hold Quito. Elections are starting, and on the 1st of July we're going to have our first elections. Ooh, this right here is not good. Looks like the British fought the Dutch and somehow acquired Dutch Guyana here. So we're just gonna increase our relations overall and try to keep them happy. The US as well, increase relations. All pops in Brazil become 10% more in favor of atheism. Yes. I'm gonna go liberate Quito because I just can't stand my birthplace being occupied by foreign invaders. I think Paradox actually might have changed one thing in the game, because these debates used to be province by province, and it was actually really annoying because you get a lot of these during an election. But now there is just more. 10% more in favor of full citizenship, yes. Right, I think what I was meant to say was now it applies to the entire country and not just a particular state. Decisive arguments for state capitalism. I don't think we actually have a state capitalist. Oh, yes, we do have the more conservative party, the reactionary party, because state capitalism is actually the better one, since you're allowed to build factories as the country, but you also have capitalists. You're allowed to subsidize. It's not just because laissez-faire is just crazy. It doesn't work in the game. So we're gonna go for state capitalism. Right, and Ecuador pieced out, I think. It was just too much for them, so we're just gonna go straight for Bogota. The Conservative Party have won the election, and we are immediately going to overturn them. In fact, yeah, this is what I don't like about this reactionary party here. They're actually free trade, which means that we can't actually have the tariff at 100. And they also are moralists, and moralists are annoying because they'll decrease our immigration rate to the country, since people of other faiths they face discrimination. Stockpile changed by 10 cotton to prestige. Yes, I want prestige. Prestige boosts us, so we want as much as possible of that. Oh, look at that. Colombia would accept, and we're gonna do it. Boom. Ah, there we go. These, I think, are the current borders of Brazil. I think we're not actually missing anything at all. Of course, we're going to keep expanding later, but I think this has been a good expansion early on, and it also means that we're back in 10th place because of the extra 10 prestige there. We're now going to focus on getting 2% of the population to become clergymen, and of course raise our literacy rate. By doing that, I think we'll be on a good path. Chile's actually calling us into a war. Chile's fighting Paraguay, or no, sorry, is with Paraguay, fighting Peru and Argentina. Peru, what's your strength? 3 brigades, pretty weak. Argentina, on the other hand, oh, only 1 brigade. Wow, you've been severely weakened, I presume. And Chile, you have 5, so yes, we're joining. Freedom of trade is done. Something I completely forgot. This is the one that I actually wanted to research first. Idealism. 50% research points. We want all those research points. They're vital to our cause. Press reform. Is this an actual thing somewhere? Right. Press rights. Censored or free press. Motion carries. Right. That gives us... Oh, nothing changed. Right. Oh, I had a little heart attack there. I was like, war justification, establish protectorate. France is, fabricating something in us. No, it's against Tunis. I was actually it was odd because I was like, establish protectorate against civilized secondary power? That sounds a bit crazy. We're gonna go straight for their capital here. Hopefully, we might even be able to squeeze in a demand if we can. If the war goes really well. Peru's occupying useless land here, so I'm going to let them keep doing that. Now we're actually going to slowly decrease our tariffs. It's not going to do much really, but it might make the artisans a little bit happier. And we have so much money anyway that if we ever need more, we can just raise that again. We don't actually have enough jingoism to add a war goal, but that's fine. Again, our focus isn't on expanding too much, it's on being the best in the world. Idealism has been researched, and ooh, that can actually give us some nice prestige, but the next one, of course, Positivism, and then we're gonna go for some more industry. After that, though, I think we should definitely either go for experimental railroad or the army. But yeah, let's get that education efficiency up. All right, now the clergy is in, and We are now... Actually, let's get this off, and let's get São Paulo here to be an immigration center as well. Actually, we probably want to populate most of the south here, because these are fertile lands. Ooh, there are investors. Actually, there are no investors, and yet they want their projects here to actually build things, and we're gonna try that. I know it's 1943, but I think now is the time to actually start trying to industrialize. We need to consider more humane forms of punishment. Want consciousness for all middle strata in Amazonas. Sounds good, and these factories are being built. I'm not sure they're actually going to be very successful, because we actually need glass and stuff. In fact, I'm curious, what do we produce? Production. Do we produce any glass? No, because we don't have a glass factory. But yeah, you know what? Let's now, should we lower the tariffs? Effective tariffs 50%, right? Because our admin has actually... Oh yeah, that's a lot of loss right there. Let's go to 45. More jingoism? Sounds good. In fact, that might actually push us over the edge to adding a war goal. Excellent. What do we want? We probably want from Argentina... Do we want something from Argentina, or do we want something from Peru? I think we're gonna go for Argentina, actually. Wait, how many people are in this province? Can I see that? Province population. I want the entire state, though. How can I see the entire state? It's been a while since I played Victoria. Alright, acquire Corrientes from Argentina. King, actually I'm an emperor, but whatever. We have decided to expand our war by demanding acquire Corrientes. Now, when can we propose peace? In the month. Good. And the conservatives win again. I don't want the conservatives, I want the liberals. And we are going to lower our tariffs just a little bit more again to 35. Ah, there we go. We have enough political power to finally outlaw slavery, and that's what we're gonna do first. Who's gonna be pissed off? 9.30% of the population wants this. Everyone else, I mean, what else do people want? Weighted universal, not really. Stay controlled, secret ballots. Yeah, we're gonna outlaw slavery. There we go. Boom. So what happens to our slaves? They're gonna become like normal people now. Probably very poor though. Do they become? How many craftsmen do we have now? That's a great question. Craftsmen, 917. That's not enough to fill our factories. But yeah, now the slaves can become wage slaves instead under capitalism. Right? Yeah, they probably became farmers actually. But we do want more craftsmen to start showing up. Peru would accept a peace offer where we take Corrientes. Let's watch this. Kaboom! And Brazil grows once more. Excellent. I'm loving this. This is going very well. Liberty must always be defended. Radical Republican agenda. Attempt to recruit new members. Official raid. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We want more liberals so that we can actually pass things. Remember, I'm not actually the one building these factories, so the fact that they're closing down and failing, not really my problem. We'll only care about that later on in the game. Right now, we're just trying to get a stable economy and expand our industry and get ourselves in a great power position. Baden goes bankrupt. Now we can actually declare war on Baden. But let's see what's happening here. In fact, close off. Cancel subsidies to all factories. Good. What I was gonna say is I think this will be the end of this particular episode. We've played 10 years, we've expanded quite a bit. We're still in 14th place though, we're still in secondary power list. And people are, let's see, what's our infamy limit? 25. But are we in the sphere of anyone? No, we're just cordial to a few people, and they're probably fighting over influence. And we really have to rush our great power game now. We're gonna try to reach the top, so to speak. In 10 years, we've gone from, I think, was it 6% literacy to 12%, so it's going very well. Yeah, I hope you join me next time to see what happens in wonderful Brazil. This has been Victoria 2, GameGabster. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends, because that's, you know, how you really help out a YouTuber like myself. And I'll see you later. Farewell.